Hello. Been a while, eh? So welcome to 4 months of quarantine changelog. I thought I'd do this like an Andy Kaufman skit and just like literally read through the changelog like one line at a time. Sheaths and quivers, which can only be filled with the correct item, will now show the appropriate sword hilt or arrows sticking out if it has the item in it. But that's just a joke. Let's check that out in game. First thing I'll show is that I've totally revamped the way. Also, I'm going to be playing the music or the game volume nice and loud because I have some ambient sound in there. That's cool. So, Feylands, New World. What's up, WR? I know, right? It's been a hot minute. That's a New Jersey slang. So, first time, I gotta change this mouse over. Note to self. Super easy. Change mouse over of New World. Set on New. Yeah, because now it's not saved automatically anymore. So if I hit New World, I've got New World name, and default's going to be Immersia, Emergent Immersion, Immersion. So, yeah, let's host that game. It doesn't change anything yet, but I was thinking it could be a key for randomization of stuff, maybe. Like, be like, oh yeah, this world is like, you know how they do in Minecraft. So, other thing here, select a character. There's no typing in anymore. Enter new character first name. Let's do an actual character name.
Welcome to the halls of creation.
I'll hide the menu bar here. So, one thing that's new is that you can only play as one faction per Steam account. Since I have more of the content on this side so far, I'll go over here. Just to keep it a little more PG, I'll just play as a dude. It's not topless.
You must choose a form.
See if anything else has changed here. I think I may have reorganized this a bit. I don't know. I'm going to go through the changelog itself to show specifics, but for now the first thing I want to do is just hop out there and I'll just demonstrate interactions and stuff. This guy looks a little bit different, I think. Okay. Look into that. When I was falling out, it was like in first person. Oh, there it is again. I'm like clicking on myself. Okay, anyway, this isn't time for noticing bugs. You're doing fantastic now. Also just finished watching The Umbrella Academy on Netflix. Oh, that sounds cool. What's that about? Let's see here. I got 10 silver coins. I've changed the way stacked items work. So, they're no longer like 8 actual items. It's just one item with a stack integer, and that's going to save a lot of stuff with logic. I'll show that off more properly when I get to that point in the changelog. For now, let's just one thing at a time. I'll show this off first. Check this out. This is an altar. It's just I plopped it here for ease of use for testing, but you can do 2 things with it. Well, one thing, 2 different ways. You can interact with it to save the world. Everyone will get this message. Someone must have interacted with the holy altar. Everything seems to be in its right place for now. You can also, well, I could do it like this. You could also punch it. Ah! Maybe it needs to be a sword. Might as well show off the thing I'm here to show off. So, arming sword sheath. The hand model positions a little bit. Alright. Arming sword. Quick stow it to the left hip. Boom. I can remove it. It has a sword in it. I can remove the sword from it when it's in my hand. Ta-da. Put it back in. I could, Yep, I can take it out when it's here. I have to change the animations for get and stuff. But, yeah. So not only that, but also I have archery working. Mystery murder of a billionaire who adopted 7 special children with abilities, and it has to do with the apocalypse and time travel. That sounds perfect. I'm gonna have to watch that. Let's just see what this phone number is real quick. Spam, spam, spam. Nothing but spam. Alright, so messing around with my equipment slots here. I'm gonna equip the quiver. You see that goes there? Let's ditch this hip pouch for now. Alright. And let's get... I have it like organized badly. The arrows are in the bag section with the quiver. So I'll put them in that other section at some point. But this is just mecking around here. Stack of arrows. Technically, it's 10 arrows in the hand here. Check this out. Open up the quiver. Still right. Boom. Right. I only have one bow with the logic. I haven't parented the other ones yet, so let me grab that bamboo bow. Swap it over. So I've programmed left-hand logic for combat. And all of the arrow logic is very cool. Let me show that off for a minute here. Just to like jump into the midst of what I've been working on. Also, you'll notice that AI movement in combat is a bit different. I should have grabbed that torch, or whatever lantern. Get more light out here. I've added a sound to the candle, the torch. Also, do you hear the crickets? There's nighttime ambiance now. All the different zones have a different ambiance. See, I've added a calendar. Let's use that real quick. Hey, give me the calendar. Oh, there we go. Yep, okay. Some calendars. Day 3 of the first month of the year, 1400. Right, good calendar. Do a candle. Aha! Right, is the light in the right place? Where's... Nope. Candle. Oh, it's over there. Okay, fuck the candle. I just added that to the thing. I haven't messed with it yet. You'd think I'd do these things before showing them off. I already have a freaking torch lantern on the ground, so screw you, Derek. There we go. I should close as I run away. And of course now it's morning, so I don't need it anymore. I can do this. I could stow it quickly here. Now, the convenient thing about these buttons that I've made here, the stowing, is that they remember the last place you used it. So if, for example, I need to make a quick draw button. That's on my list of things to do. But let's say we stow left hip here. Stow. And, like, I have to do something or whatever. Open, get, still left hip. So I can, like, stow it again. Anyway. One hand free. I have arrows in the quiver. Just to demonstrate, 10 arrows here. Super cool. This is Wilt WR telling me about a show again. It's super cool. One guy can see and talk to dead people. Another guy can teleport and tiny travel. Another guy has super strength, and another girl can make people do things. And while the other girl, you'll just have to find out, as I can't spoil it first. It sounds right up my alley. Teresa and I have been watching a lot of shows like that. Alright, here we've got 3 skeletons that have spawned because I've been milling about. There's a maximum of 3 per player in this region, so if more players came in here, more would start spawning. For the time being, let's get a little bit of... So when you're running with combat mode on, you use up your stamina. I've also changed the way climbing works, so I have... There we go. When you're standing still, it doesn't look as weird anymore. They should be able to get up here. Come on. Come on, boys. Oh, they have stuff in their hands. Oh, yeah. I haven't put any logic to make... Oh, that guy's trying to climb. And failing. He was doing the sliding down. So I've made another animation. So let me show you this. So if I get in a spot where I am climbing, and I suddenly equip something, let's get this letter out, I start slipping. Yeah, pretty cool, right? And how did you get bow and arrows working? It's basically... I had to program it anytime you use an attack to check if your left hand has the actor tag of bow. I think I can attack these guys without... Yeah, here we go. I don't have like a proper arrow animation, but as you see, I have a... It's doing the wrong animation because it's in the wrong hand. Let me put it in the right hand here. I haven't done right hand bow usage technically yet, but here. Looks pretty bad, right? But we're getting attacks. Let's get the sound effect in here too. The sound effect is the best part. I had to be close enough. Oh, see, I wasn't facing. They dodged it. I got a hit. Did you see the little skeleton-specific sparks pop off? So it's no longer blood on skeletons. There we go. That was a good one. Satisfying, right? A little crunch. And now, how many do I have? Let me show you what else you can do with these things. I'm out of arrows. So, no arrows. But let me show you what you can do with arrows. Oh, you said did you get bow and arrow working? I thought not how. I thought you said how did you get bow and arrow working. This guy's gonna come to my defense. Help me, brave gentlemen. We shall vanquish these foes. Offensive targeting, a few headshots. Yeah. I need combat music. That's the thing. You hear these crickets and it's like, I need like good old dun 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 dun, or like Witcher 3 music. Over and over and over again. Odd time signature acoustic guitars. Yeah. If I get behind the target, it'll glow more. You see this also when you're in range and facing it, it glows, so you know that you have a valid target. You're not facing away. But when you get behind, it glows a little bit more to show that you're going to get that extra damage. And now that they move around... Oh, see, I had the perfect opportunity there. He's hanging on for a second. I put like a random pause based on the maximum random weight is how much round time is left. So if they take a big swing, and it has like... Ah, there we go. That one died too. Huzzah! Oh, this guy's still fighting. Let's go! I've improved the audio usage for AI, so they actually hear things that they don't see, and they'll attack accordingly. Yeah! I'll taunt. Roar! Oh, they're having difficulties climbing now because they have items equipped. Okay. I don't know about super easy. But I've reorganized my to-do list. I'm going to put this up here. NPCs must stow hand items when climbing. Retrieve on combat. Yeah, that's going to be a whole complex logic thing. Alright, so these punks aren't going to be able to climb up here because they're equipping stuff. Let me demonstrate how they would, though. Alright, I don't have a bag on this dude. Hey, Derek, give me a bag. Cool. Alright, now I can leave him down here and... We should see him climb up. There we go. NPC climbing. I don't know, there's a little bit too much dust on that. There you go, stowed my sword. Quick slot. I'm out of arrows. I wanted to show you this other thing about archery. Attack of arrows. So, here, let's go out here. Get the bamboo bow. So I have 10 arrows in my hand, not in the quiver. They're in my hand. I can still fire. Actually, what I really want to show you, because that seems like it would be obvious, right? I'll show you one shot with that at least. Oh, it's getting dark again. Alright, one arrow in the hand. Oop, used it up. And I aggroed him. Run away, run away. Where am I? Oh, not in combat mode either. Alright. So I can at least duke this guy out with the bugginess of it. The fact that he's not climbing after me. They're supposed to climb after me, but this allows me to test. Alright, so I'm gonna get some arrows here. I'm also thinking of making this maybe like half second or even less to get each item out, because this is kind of arduous. I just added this a little bit of round time in there just to help with some networking logic. Don't have any. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place these arrows like a good old. What? Wait a second. Oh, damn it, it's 9. Well, that's not good. It's like hidden. Ah, there we go. I got it. Alright, alright, I'm gonna have to do it this way for now. Get one. Place. This is just for role-playing purposes here. There we go. Three more. Oh, I didn't look at the orientation of them. Placing, that's decent. Alright. Let's see, where are they? Wait, okay, there they are. Yeah, you see them? Right here. Do I still have my skeleton? Alright. No arrows on my inventory. Oh, it's dark again. Oh, the torch down there. Let's get the torch real quick. The lantern. Can I get up this way, maybe? Ow. Oh, he's gonna follow me up this way, though. Ah. Shit, okay. It's fun having AI that actually follows and stuff. Yeah, come on, come down here a bit more. Come on. Come on. Good boy. Alright. See my arrows still up here. I get my light out. I'm always misplacing my arrows when I do this. This is for role-playing purposes. Like, weren't they right on... I can do this. There they are. Okay, that's the whole point of having that. Place this down. Alright, and it's daylight again anyway. Let's do this. Got a skeleton? We got a skeleton. We got arrows. Hopefully I can see that one, maybe. See if this works. Out of range. How about this guy? He looks persistent. There we go. Watch the arrows. Boop. 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 Yeah. So it'll work from any inventory item container. Critical miss, extra round time. Any it'll check around you, and it'll check your hand too. No more arrows. But yeah, I thought that was like worth programming, you know, because that's the way real archers worked. So if someone just wants to be like, you know, have their castle with a bunch of arrows, just take the time to meticulously place arrows all over around the barricades so that you can just run up there without any arrows. And you know, you could put them in a container, but you could also just have them sticking out of the ground for role-playing purposes. This is a role-playing game. So I've always dreamed about having a game where your equipment is realistically represented on your character, and having these swords pop out like this. See, I gotta work on the animations. It's like comparing if the actor item is above or below to do different animations. That's like a really budget way. I gotta make different slots for animations for retrieving items from your gear and stuff, but yeah, I really like it. It feels good. I also did a lot of work on like fixing the dye colors to make more realistic names. So I think foraging is going to be the next thing. Foraging, dyeing, alchemy, stuff like that might be the next thing. I'll probably do blacksmithing first, to be honest, though, because it's like a staple. You gotta have lumberjacking, blacksmithing. I think then maybe foraging, but you know, break the norm. Why not? Maybe do foraging next. So let's do the changelog here. I'm getting attacked. He managed to hit me. I took the grappling hook out of the game, so I'm not gonna mess around with trying to do that. But maybe I can Oh no, I've let him in. Oh, I sat down. Nope, not what I wanted. I know the door is a little bit tricky. There we go. I gotta work on that. There's some Z fighting here. I'm gonna replace this whole tavern eventually, or fix that wall somehow. But I didn't notice it until I started playing in like a better monitor. So, let's look at the changelog. The duping bug and the still item logic added a system for multiple world saves. So, yeah, let's just show that off real quick. Oh, I need to save it, technically. It's no longer saving everything automatically. So I'll save that. Did I demonstrate? There we go. You can attack it to save. So I programmed attacking objects. I've also programmed attacking objects with objects. So that's in there. So I could get this letter out and attack it to save the world. That's just an example of some of it. Blacksmithing, yes, you gotta have the classic blacksmithing clinging sound, of course. Megascans assets for Feylands, no. I think they're too... I could lower them, but I already have so much. I might end up using some of their rocks and stuff, like when I need to do blacksmithing, I'm gonna expand how many rocks are in the area. When I do foraging, I'm gonna expand how many like bushes and stuff. Right now it's just grass, essentially like a different grass type for each region, and like some basic looking rocks like this, just here and there, just for flavor. So I'm gonna add more that are like mineable and forageable. Theoretically, I'm hoping the performance works out alright. Where are they going? Alright. Coming after me now. It's fun watching the AI fight each other. They get a little fidgety sometimes though. I don't know about that. There we go. You gonna square off? You gonna steal the aggro away from me yet? Come on guys. There you go. Yeah, get that guy. Come on. Get a hit on here. Oh, he doesn't have a weapon. I haven't put that logic on them yet. There we go. Back on chest. Now he's got a sword to fight with. Huzzah. Shasar has his stats all the way up. Derek has like average stats, so I thought I could like see a little bit of differences with them. Come on. Alright. Moving randomly versus moving randomly is kind of funny, but it works out. Because they're just waiting for the attack around time. They're using heavier attacks and stuff. Am I not of... Sometimes they'll attack like multiple times in a row when they just get, when they get like a randomly roll at 1, 1, 1. Because usually what I do is I roll my fingers on 1, 2, 3 to do like faster attacks, just out of laziness. I want to see results quicker. But I think heavier attacks, I've made them do exponentially more damage because there's a bit more risk versus how much. Oh, I've completely changed. Let me just jump ahead with the changelog now to show this. I've completely changed the way like combat really works. Like basically the attack roll doesn't happen until an anim notify midway through the swing, and you have to be facing the target in range at that point. Let's see, we should get more skeletons since those are dead. Pretty sure I've worked on that logic. There he is. Alright. So, watch like one heavy-ish swing. Out of range, come on. You should see some effects, and you hear the sound like as it happens rather than like, it's synchronized. There's some screen shake as well, you see a little bit of that. Against skeletons, I've switched it up to be more of like a skeleton hit effect. But yeah, essentially the fact that there's an anim notify there. So you'll start the attack, and then midway through it, it'll continue the attack. Like more like a Dark Souls kind of thing, but it's still tab target. So you still have to like, and since they're moving around so much, you still have to aim at them. You can't just like sit there. I'm not having your character face it automatically. The characters aren't automatically facing each other, you know. But yeah, the difference being that attack roll happens in the middle of the swing rather than at the beginning. Like you see those two solid hits? Like when I get hit also, you'd see more of like a real... Unfortunately, what am I... He's rolling 75 and getting 78, so I should change. Let's go offensive, and I guess I have good stats against him. Am I just an adventurer? There we go, that was an attack. I'm gonna go out of combat mode too to make it easier for him to hit me. These are weak little skellies. Yeah, I prefer tab targeting too. I mean, I want it to have whatever it is that, like that kind of stuff. The visceral reactions, the fact that you have to be facing your target and moving. Like Guild Wars 2, people say does a good job of mixing action and tab target because you still have to pick your target, but you know you're not just like standing there. Still, gotta get close to attack. If it's a ranged versus melee, I'm really excited to test that out with PvP. Some people playing with bows and arrows, and some people playing with swords, just to see, you know, how the balance works with the stamina usage and running versus walking. I tried for a bit having the skeletons like auto face, not even at skeletons, but all AI face the target constantly. Like kind of like how Dark Souls has it when you're locked onto a target, but it was too much performance cost to have them rotating on tick more than one at a time. You can see why a game like Dark Souls is like more small scale combats. So you see, I'll be waiting for my stamina build up. I'll be waiting for the. Doesn't seem to be taking. Oh yeah, that's taking some stamina. I'm gonna use a stronger attack. So yeah, the stamina plays more into like when you're running, you lose the ability to attack. So that really has more to do with. Same with the race differences. You see this X here is related to how many skeletons I've killed. Every time you kill a creature of that race, or whatever, that type, you get, you know, bonus. So if you have, like, a lot of skill fighting skeletons, but none fighting ogres, randomly naming something, then you go into an area that has, you know, just ogres to go train on ogres before you go to the area that has skeletons and ogres. So there's a little bit of, like, a horizontal progression that way, where like, or sub-vertical, like you get micro-vertical progressions, and then you add your vertical progressions together horizontally. Right, so you go into the dungeon that has like all of the swamp creatures. You want to be well-versed in fighting all of them before risking it, and just like, you don't want to go in there if you like suck against snakes, and then you like a snake comes in, and you're like, oh shit. So yeah, this is more like, this is based on the text-based mud style, where you'd see, for like reference, you'd be like, okay, I'm getting a 93 on 33, so my rolls are pretty good. 173 off of a 185, that's good. My attack is 29, his defense is 6. Equipment is 20, so like difference between my equipment and his equipment, the bonus of mine versus his. So I think I still have to work in a little bit more of armor, or weapon specific versus higher armor ratio. Like the higher an armor is, the more it's gonna value the you know, strength versus high armor. Oops, this guy just spawned in front of me. I also was thinking about making it so that they don't spawn in an area when they're rendered, but I'm like, I think I'd have to like spawn like a decoy first, so you don't see a skeleton for like a frame before it disappears. Let's finish this guy off, come on. There you go. Haha, take that. So now, my X is... Well, also this will change based on if I'm standing higher or moving. So if I'm like running and attacking and below, you see it's 7. If I'm standing still and above, come on, let me get above. There we go, 37. So people would be juking out for positioning 7 from down here while moving. That's a big difference between, and you want to get above 100 when the person's in combat. If the person's not in combat, you only need to roll like above 50 to hit them or something like that. There we go. And the higher above 100 you roll, the more damage you'll do. And the heavier your swing is, the more damage you'll do too. The heavier the swing. So I can clear them by clicking on them, put in some heavier swings instead. We'll see fewer but stronger hits. And different animations too. See, that's the thing I was trying to say, is the heavier swings have a longer animation. So since there's this extra, not only is it more round time stamina use, but there's also like an extra chance for someone to see that you're trying to do a heavy attack and maybe like just, you know, move real quick or throw in a an ability if I add them later on. But yeah, as you see, I'm swinging less often, but kind of doing more damage. That one was 8.75 damage. Others were like, let's see if I do like the fast ones. 18 was the last big heavy one. This is 2.8. You know, they add up when you get a whole bunch off in a row. Out of range, not facing target. Come on. Yeah, I got 2 attacks, 3 attacks, 7, 3.5. You know, so that'll be fun. Also, you have your targeting. You can try and disarm them. Let's see if that works. Let's disarm this punk. Ha, well, I killed him. Okay. If I get a critical hit, it should disarm. That's very rare. I mean, it's rare, right? Clang, he parried. As a thing, since I'm targeting his hand, he's using his parry skill now instead of dodge. So that's some of the logic I worked in there. So if you see someone is using a shield, you're not going to want to attack. Well, you maybe want to attack the shield arm to get rid of the shield, but you might want to switch to targeting like the feet or something, force them to dodge, so that they don't use their shield skill. There's some weird things that I put in there. Basically, it'll force them to use a different defense skill than the one they have prioritized, which you can prioritize here. Evade, parry. So here, I'll do parry. So now whenever he swings, instead of trying to dodge, I'll try to parry. Well, that was a dodge. Did I not? There we go. Now I'm in parry. We got a defensive. There we go. See? Parried. Parry versus parry. Totally different. Way satisfying, too, because there's a little parry animation. So that's because I'm targeting his hand, and I'm getting it because I've changed my parry mode. But if he could change his mode to feet, it would force me to dodge. Come on, let's get a crit. I've lowered the crit chance once just to test that it works, and it's really satisfying because I make the character fucking drop the sword. It just goes bouncing away. Ow. You've heard that right too, right? Combat reminds you of WoW. That's a good thing. Alright, well, he's donezo. Let's see, how much I've leveled. I have level points to spend. I'm level 1. 108 out of 158 XP until next level. So, you know, those are ratios that I've yet to really play with. How much XP do these? This is just for testing purposes. Like how much XP does this basic 1 unit give, etc. Any good way of doing world generation procedurally? Well, procedurally, all the forest stuff is procedurally. The trees are procedurally placed one time, but not like at runtime. I mean, there are good ways to do it, but it's construction script logic on static meshes. You can't really do runtime landscape modification necessarily. You can runtime paint. So one thing that I know I'm going to do is make it so you can dig a hole by painting invisibility onto it. Basically painting the alpha, adding meshes around it, and then adding a mesh of like a tunnel, and you can make the... I think I saw that you can make the invisible part walk throughable, like, but it's something I haven't confirmed. It's a theory for a long time from now. Yeah, that was good. Let's see what's next here. Oh, multiple world saves. I didn't even... Alright, I came back here to save the world. Okay, let's just go back to the main menu. And let's see, so, new world. Nihilia. That means not nothing. Not for nothing. I see, no character. New character, same name.
Welcome.
New world.
To the halls of creation.
We'll go on this side. I'll make a girl. Let's do a sea elf. Oops. And ogre, why not? Female ogre.
You must choose a form.
Oh, and I've made subrace random on start. So, as you see, she's actually Oni. Oni ogre by default. So that way, African American humans, it's a random chance that that'll be your first default. Because Black Lives Matter. In the game, we're called Plains humans and Desert humans. I don't know if that's insensitive. I feel like it isn't. It's at least mutual. But it does a few things here on loading up. It's a little choppy. There we go, that's better. Nice and smooth. Yeah. So, just do a little bit something here just to... Yeah, let's get some paints. Oh yeah, so here we got the new colors for start. The first level colors. These are like your average, easiest to acquire. They're going to be the worst shade too. like vine black, umber brown. Umber is like a kind of dirt, chalk white. Immersia green, because like earth green. But Immersia, that's somewhere I need to put that. Actually, that's a good example. All right, so super easy. Get world name on Immersia green dye. Yeah. So that will be, if it should be Imnihilia green when I program that logic in, because it would be like earth green, right? Ochre yellow is kind of plant or a flower. I've also done petal yellow. This is going to be the one that's like, okay, we also have paints versus dyes. That's the other thing I got learned on all of this. See, is this mostly a blueprint project? Almost entirely. I've changed the root of it to C++ so I can do things for optimization when needed. But so far, everything goes pretty well. This is also in like 4K while I'm playing and streaming, so that's cool. In editor, I'm pretty happy with the FPS here. Like usually it goes up way higher once I actually finally launch the game. So let's save this world. I need to make it so it stops interacting with quests. That keeps getting in the way here. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in the notes. Stop interacting with quests. There we go. Also, when the game is alt-tabbed, it lowers priority. So let's see, in essence, quit the main menu. And this is really satisfying to me to see that you've got Immersia and Imnihilia now, or whatever you want to name it, anything. And here's my dude. He's a male plains human adventurer out here with the crickets, right? Quit the main menu. Still getting used to the keyboard, no worries. Switch to Imnihilia. And now each server host can have their own multiple worlds. A female Oni ogre adventurer. I used Tress just for example. Yeah, so... Oh, I just shut it down for no reason. Oh, what is the error? Oh, I got some errors. Anim for unarmed attack, pending kill, that's fine. Get combat attributes. It's probably the bow and arrow. Left hand held, hand model, attack graphs. Huh. It's probably from the bow and arrow stuff. Left hand held, hand model. Take a quick look. I just want to see if it's like calculate hit or miss. Okay. Oh, because I have it somewhere in there. There's a branch: use left, use right, and so it gets the info for both. It's a pain in the ass. There's a way to work around it, but I'll have to look into that. It's just like a data read error. It doesn't actually produce an error. I don't know how to explain it. It's more like a warning. Clean up container appearance and the quest system. So, basically, it's a simple. I'll show the container. The quest thing is basically, before I had it, so each NPC basically had a tag for whether or not their glowing icon would be active, right? This thing. And what I realized very shortly after doing that was that, oh, you might have multiple quests for the same character, and one might tell them to shut it off for that quest, but another might be like, I'm still active. So basically I changed the whole system to use an array of quests instead of just one per NPC, which is, which is good. I wanted to dye something when I was here. Immersia green. What's this black thing? The tunic? Yeah. Oh, the shirt is clipping through a bit there. That's bad. Well, anyway, let's... Wrong coloring method, try dyes instead. Oops. Plant green, that's what I wanted to show you, because it's just freaking plant green. It's very weak. It's gonna look yucky. There we go, now I'm wearing plant green. Yeah, the shirt was super clipping on her. He's unfortunate. There'll be a lot of that in the long run. Container logic, that's what I want to show you. So I fixed up the way it looks. Like, items will ... themselves off the side. Like, it doesn't give the full name in there, but still. Chops off the color just to make it easier. I might keep the color in there, actually. Now that I have them stacks differentiated by that. Yeah, note to self. Keep color in item name for container names. Alright, let's look at our changelog here. Lantern candle calendar. Server's warn player option can now have custom text. So I think I can demonstrate this way. Warn player, myself. Hey you, you're me. Hey you, you're me. Hey you, you're me. So, the organization's a little wonky, but still. Plant green shirt. Characters now start with random subrace. Attacks now make noise that can trigger AI awareness even when you miss, i.e. missing a sneak attack or fighting around a corner. Added some dust noise to climbing animation, I showed that. Added a different sliding animation for sliding down hills, I showed that. Must have both hands free to climb now, showed that. Target selection circle glows when facing target and within range, I showed that. Added camera controls to the attribute skills window, so yeah. Camera controls, boop. Now, if you get weird angle and you don't know where your fucking character went, and you're like, what the fuck? You can be like, Control A, D. Ah, there it is. So that's a Dutch angle. You can put a little spin on your character if you want to get real cool like that when you're looking at them. Now whenever I go to that window, it's going to look like that. Right. Make her roam all the time. Set the current location as home. And let's make another item. What time got cut off here? At 12 o'clock, we'll return home. Cool. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here first, just in case it's return home logic when I start. I'm gonna possess Sesifix, named after Temix and Sesifar. And she should be roaming or returning home. What happened there? Oh, I wonder if the I need to save the schedule maybe to like the save game. I don't know if it got set. Let's wait for a day to go around. I feel like it should have already taken over. Actually, this might have gotten bugged since I... See, he's going back. I haven't tested this. Yeah, it didn't get saved. Player schedule can get saved to the save game, I think. Alright. Player schedule not saving. Yeah, you fix one thing, you cause a new problem. These things happen. Let's look at our changelog here. Ambient sound to torches, candles, and the ambient sound to all 8 biomes. So listen very carefully. So there's nighttime sound. Oh, yeah, it's watery when you walk around here. They're probably really quiet sound effects. I'll turn it up a bit. This is the daytime sound that's usually here. The thing I really love about my climbing system is that you don't have to press anything special, other than, like, you know. So I've changed the way trees work again. Instead of being super realistic, wait a second, should I be able to jump on this thing? It's kind of stupid though, because it's like, well, you can just hide in them. Meh. It's easy to get stuck. It's hard to find the angle. Should be able to just climb on this fucker. What's going on here? This is broken as fuck. Alright, so much for showing off the trees. I keep wanting to change it one way or the other. Either like super realistic mesh physics. Then you can't really climb up them because it's all sorts of weird angles. Like you could only climb up ones that you can. Or, which is how this one should work, yeah, like this. Except it's not realistically modeled at all. It's just like a straight up pole in the middle of the tree that you have to sort of eyeball and find. It's like a representation of the tree. Right? So, what do you think about that, WR? Like, the problem is that you can get stuck inside, or whatever, obviously, or hidden inside. Should be able to just climb up the angle of it. Like this one, yeah. If you go up the side of it that's tilted over. Because it's just the collision box is now just like a straight cylinder going up the middle, if it's leaning over at all, that gives you the climbing angle. And so it makes climbing trees super easy. But then, these big ones got fucked. Or I'm just like looking at the wrong side of it. Ah! Ignore that. There we go. See, now this is what happens with the big one. If you go up the right side of it, definitely doesn't look, well, it kind of looks like I'm climbing on this stuff. But I'm inside of it, kind of. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Like, I could totally, like, hide in there. Which I guess isn't a bad thing. Hiding in trees, that's kind of cool. Hiding in the branches. But yeah, like, it's just, I'm on this invisible platform, essentially. It's cool, but it should only be certain tree heights. I feel like the bigger ones should be easier to climb, though, you know? There's no real solid way of making, I don't know, I'm gonna have to think, I'm just gonna have to add, like, overhead climbing. It's just necessary. It's just gonna be a task. So, like, because landscapes can't go up and over. They're a flat plane that has vertices up and down, so the most it can do is, like, a 90-degree angle, almost. And so, characters can climb up that stuff, no problem. This is a pretty landscape shot. Let me leave it here for a minute. 100 FPS. That's definitely a good thing. Let's see. Improve the get and best target functions to better use what your active camera is actually looking at. Let's see if I got some stuff on me I can demonstrate that. Drop some coins down the hill. See them rolling away. If you don't see them rolling away, let me get the lantern out. Oh wait, that's a letter, not a lantern. Oh, do you hear the bugs now? Different nighttime sounds. So, let's see where those fuckers went. There's a couple here. There's there. Okay. Okay. They're still sliding down. Okay, so. Should be better. It's kind of hard to do it while climbing on the side of a wall, but to pick which one, based on which one you're looking at most, kind of a little wonky. In first person, but let's see in third. Oh, I got the stupid coin. Third person. A little bit more accurate, basically. Actually using the camera angle and the character position. There we go, that's a good example right there. So using my third person camera, I'm selecting between the two of them based on the character location and the camera angle. So if they were like vertically on top of each other, that would work too. So basically I improved that and for targeting. Oh my god, I'm sliding and diving. I think it was somehow like getting under the landscape there for the skin. Kinda looked like I was just sliding downhill. That was cool. I'll keep it. Mounting, dismounting now keeps auto run state. So let me get a lantern real quick. Oh, oops. These guys are going to attack me on sight. No? Are we chill? Are we chill now? Did I turn off the attack on sight? Okay. That's cool. Oh, but they won't talk to me. He's folding his arms at me. Alright, let me go to my dude here. Well, there's a lantern. I could just use that. Should I get a bag, too? I'll just get a hip pouch, just for funsies. There we go. Now I have 2 hip pouches. Hip pouches are cool. Wait, is it sideways? What the fuck? Oh. I never changed the left hip thing for hip pouches. No, that doesn't make sense. I can't be right. Left hip. Transform on hip. Maybe the one I got from him is busted. Maybe they're different. I can stow this in my hand. Stow it in that bag. Alright, put them on in reverse order. That one on the right, this one on the left. Nope. I just didn't set up the hip pouch left hip thing. Silly. Let's remove it then. Let's make sure the game isn't fucked. Got paint here. Let's get like a freaking quiver. Or no, let's get a sword and a sheath. Let's get the great sword. Oops. Equip. It's the only other one that I've made a sheath for. The hand looks a little messed up on ogres because everybody gets different sizes for stuff, but I made some adjustments way long ago. That's actually funny. I haven't tried stowing great sword on here yet. On the ogre, it's a little bit off, a little bit behind. I have to drop this if I want light on that side. Yeah, it's a little bit on her back side. That's pretty good actually for placement. Alright, let's get the lantern and demonstrate. Mounting, dismounting. While running. Auto run on, hit M, keep running. Holding shift, hit M, still running. That wasn't happening before. I had to program it. Fixed up arrow usage, including checking for stacks and nearby containers, items on the hand, etc. I showed you that. You can now attack and do damage to items. The world is saved when a new character enters the world. To avoid forgetting to save and starting from scratch. So if you make your character and hop out and then quit, it'll at least have saved at that point. And the target select item, improved AI movement. Target select item interaction system has been cleaned up. No longer use a sphere trace on use. Oh, this is a huge system I replaced. So basically now items are currently correctly only adding to an array of interactable objects when you overlap with them. Like right here, they're getting added. So I can hold Q, tab around, and it's like, oh, all these possible items that you can interact with. Before, what I was doing, really stupidly, was every time you press the button, it was doing a hit trace around you for items. Even though I already had the pool being collected from, like, the Titanic Games tutorial. Aw, Pizza Pockets, I hear ya. Dude, you should watch this Bon Appetit video where they remake, like, not Pizza Pockets, but... So anyway, that improved the performance a lot when you're around a bunch of objects. Like in here, for example, there's all these actors. It would be scanning all of them, even if they're not... Well, let's say they were all... These are interactable, yeah. So, now when I press the button, it's immediate. I don't have, like, a little hitch because it's scanning all of these items when I press the button. Still a wonky animation, but whatever. It's a role-playing game. Let's hang out here for a second here. Successfully replace the autosave system and save on shutdown systems. Now a character has to manually save the world, its people, and its items by interacting with an altar. The timer of 3 minutes prevents spam. Should no longer ever have out-of-sync corrupt saves if the game crashes in between save operations. NPCs wearing chairs and carrying pants, etc. So really, that means is I could crash whenever I want, and even if a save hasn't happened, like, so for example, this is going to go back to the last time I saved, I interacted with the altar, which is actually quite a while ago. So, you know, nothing has changed since then. I haven't used the altar since then. It's a more traditional method rather than constantly saving all the time, but it just turns out for a game of this scope, you just can't. Like, if I was a little more clever about it and done, like, each item, when you create it, you add it to the arrays in the world save, like, maybe, but still. This, along with reducing the stacked items from being literally 10 actors to being 1 actor with the number 10 on it, it's like, I had to sacrifice a little bit of, like, purism, but it's so much better. What I've done is differentiated stacks based on color name, which is what I'm going to use to differentiate things like, you know, it'll be, it's actually by name, so, like, you'll have, like, oh, an iron you know, blue steel broadsword, or that doesn't make sense, iron blue steel, but like let's say a magenta blue steel broadsword. You can have different qualities added together in there, and if you have 5 magenta blue steel broadswords, they'll stack up together into one. And it'll actually technically delete the one and just add an integer to the other, and, you know, it just works. Just have to make it work. Imperial coin, drop Imperial coin. Yeah. Yeah, those collision spheres for those. So these guys will stack in hand. I have one, but I can get another one. Now I have 2 coins in my hand. Stow it in here. I've got 10 in there. So stuff like that. That's the stacked items. When your speed is so fast that the augmented round time is faster than the attack swing itself, you won't keep restarting the animation. So basically that thing I was saying about when you swing a sword, there's like the time it takes for it to swing. If your round time, stamina usage, stats are so good that your attacks per second is faster than it takes for the animation itself to play, then it's not going to try to re-queue, you know, not going to try and do another attack until that animation. So it's basically it's a clamp on attack speed based on which attack you use, because the faster attacks have a shorter animation. They're like the 1 and the 2, they're like a quick jab. And the longer attacks, you know, you'd actually be, if you're playing a really fast character, it's going to incentivize you to actually use faster attacks. And if you're playing a really slow character, it's going to incentivize you to use slower attacks, because you already have to wait for the stamina and the round time anyway, so you might as well use a long swing that takes up some of that time, I think. Hey, welcome back. Tweaked FPV camera to be less clippy. So Cessifar, if you're here we are. Let's check out the less clippy walls. Woo! No face. No seeing inside the face. First person mode is way better. It's still a little jittery here because I'm like, it's like something to do with the lower the FPS is, the more this happens. There's something going on maybe. I think with my animation blueprint, I've been thinking about it lately, because when you're falling out of the sky, there's got to be something that's on like a 0 delay or a 0 transition time and is flipping back and forth somewhere in there, I bet. Okay. Increase the size of the text of the player's level to be more apparent on the info screen. Info. Level 0. NPC controlled by the server host now properly plays animations without blending hand poses. So I'd have to load in another character, but basically, if I was controlling Cessifix here and the other player came over to interact with me, I would play a animation automatically, but it would get blended in with some of the, like, you know, montage hand space stuff. So I just made them override that for the NPC animations. Round timer widget should now properly display when you have a penalty applied mid combat. That actually happened earlier. Basically, I had a round time penalty, and the round timer, instead of just being maxed out beyond its current range, I increased the potential range of it, so it looks better. Added Moonlight Bloom color change from the Harvest Moon and Blood Moon effects. We'll have to wait to see if that happens in-game. Add an adjustment to the rider's positioning when mounting a horse based on the race height. So yeah, if I mount up here, I'm no longer clipping into the middle of the horse. I'm way higher up. It looks kind of funny. I want to fix the thing where you see it still happens a little bit at the beginning. There's something delay going on there, but eventually it settles down and I can pan around with the left mouse button and look at my character on the horse. Something about the horse logic that's making it do that. Waiting for the sun. I cleaned up some of the other stuff, like sprinting. It no longer jolts forward and back. It stays more in the middle. I know it's very dark. Here's the moon. Obviously, you can't have shadows when it's way down here, or else you have a lot of vertical shadows. So when the game is taking a very, very long time to go through the day-night cycle, it shouldn't be as obvious. Oh, there's the sun coming up right after it. There we go, Harvest Moon, right there, a little bit. No, that's not what a Harvest Moon is. That's just sunrise light, whatever. Harvest moon would be if it was like almost full. And like setting as the sun rises, or rising as the sun sets? I forget, one or the other. I think both technically qualify. Anyway, getting distracted. Fix the stupid upside down quiver on rep modify, yeah. That's just the visually the quivers work. Cleaned up glitchy looking hallways when leaving the tribe mail spawn area. There was a room that had a thing. I can show that real quick.
Welcome
That's
to
the character
the
name.
halls of creation.
So over here there was like a what's happening in the tavern there. And you can see
You
it.
must choose a form.
But I fixed it by putting this in. A little random basalt or something. Column. Some sort of stone. Get into the details of it. Yeah, but there was like a little crevice there. Made this whole room look weird. I fixed it up. It looks better now. This bottom of the screen is like not as dark. It's really weird. Okay. AI's attack movement range is now based on what weapon they're using. So, for example, actually, let me test it out. I'll equip bow and arrow and a halberd on the NPCs and drag some skeletons over there and see how they play. Oh wait, I do immersia, where I have the court character. So actually, him. First I'll get the halberd and I'll drop that for him to use. Traditional halberd. Blink. Alright. Let's get the... I'll use the quiver. I'll get 20 arrows too, just to make sure it doesn't end right away. And make it 30. Arrows. Right. And bamboo bow. Don't you love that sound effect? The crickets. Let's get a light. Well, it's more moonlight now. It's more of a full moon in this server. In this world. Close to it. Alright, so this guy's got bow and arrows. Cool. And now let's change NPC. This guy. Drop the broadsword. Get the halberd. Stole a halberd from Shasar. Oh no. Alright, change character back to Trist. Alright, this guy's got bow and arrow. This guy's got halberd. Let's do this. I'll try and wait till the sun comes up before I actually pull them over there. Usually they spawn like right in the center of the spawn area, right there, the first one. I've been thinking about like how to make, there it is, how to make the spawn area, should I make it like an inaccessible like platform that they drop down from? That's kind of weird, you know? Otherwise it's just like, I want it to be like an in-game reason, like for example I'm using skeletons because near the cemetery or whatever. Alright, let's see, he should do attacks way further away. The bow and arrow guy should be just running all over the place doing attacks whenever. Ow. There we go, rolled a 61, got a 56. He's not going to hit me. As long as I'm facing him. So he's attacking. I don't see the bow and arrow guy. He's running around a lot. He's in the range, at least. He's running around in the range of... See, he's an archer. He's keeping his distance, but he's just... His targets are all within the range of the skeleton. His run-to places. They're kind of far away from each other. There should be like a different... some sort of clamp on how far the distance is. He's running all the way past him. I haven't seen him do an attack yet. Come on, do the attack. I know you got it in you. Archer dude might not be working. He's taunting. He's got his arms folded. This fucking guy. He's at half health. He's getting his hits in. Heard a swoop. Alright, what I want to do is control Derek and see if the bow and arrow guy is going to attack any. Go defensive, just in case. He's chasing him. Come on. Launch this R. I know you got a bow and arrow attack in you. Let's see it. He's trying to climb. Can't climb. Watch the health and see if he takes damage. I'm just like missing the animation. Turns to face him for a moment and then continues walking. I wonder if he's out of ammo already. Oh, 30 arrows still. He's got an unarmed attack equipped. He's fucking up with that. Let me try if I get arrows in the hand here. I might keep that from happening. Let me put a note there. NPC archer spawning unarmed attack still. Very annoying. Alright. Don't know why he's just standing there. Lost track of him. One of you guys see each other. What are you doing? Come on. Oh my god, he's broken. Is he stuck or something? What the fuck? Oh, stupid AI broke. Maybe when I repossessed the NPC, it got it hung up on it. Alright, I'm gonna go grab another one. You gotta go. Have to do the dishes, sadly. Being a good boy, that's good. Make your mama proud, boy. I'm just kidding, man, but it's true. It's true. Not sarcastically. Here's that skeleton. With the torch in hand and a scimitar. Classic skeleton. Classic skeleton. Torch and scimitar. Love it. Alright, let's see. We're in range here. Repossess. Darik. Alright, let's... Oh, crashed. Yeah, okay. So here's a good example to show that... Oh, it didn't crash. Just, oh. Calls... Ooh. Infinite loop. Delay. Ooh, do I want to see this? Spawn unarmed attack. I don't want it to spawn an unarmed... Alright, so... Inputs. there'd be a delay on here anyway. Maybe retriggerable? Anyway, I'll have to be hacking away at that later on. So back to the save world before all that chaos. Everything's in order here. Oh, I didn't save him with the bow and arrow. But it wasn't really working. I wanted to test it with it in his hand, though. It's worth testing. Let's just do this one more time. A little bit of a pain in the ass. I haven't set it up. For a test menu, it's still pretty frickin' arbitrary, isn't it? Bag. Alright, frick it. I'm just gonna get the arrows. I'm gonna stow them in the backpack. Oh wait, well... I guess I'm just gonna hold them in my hand. 11. Interesting. That's a bug. Quartermaster spawning arrow stack into a hand item. Only increased stack by 1. Okay, I get the bamboo bow. There we go. That should be good for combat. Let's go get a freaking skeleton. What am I stuck on? Why am I... Oh, my fingers were on the wrong keys. That happens. So I know it's kind of dark, but it's nighttime. I can see just fine. Get a skeleton on us. Let's see if that NPC will attack now that it has arrows in the hand. There's a problem basically when you don't have anything in your hands and you go to attack, it's going to spawn this unarmed attack item that represents... Oh! Yeah. Arrow hand, and notify continue attack. Oh! Why would that be infinite looping now? Arrow hand. Notify continue attack. Parent and notify continue attack. To the... Why would that be an infinite loop? Weird. Alright, well that's something to look at. Let's go through stuff that works. Possessing an AI no longer overwrites the last played character variable for easier switching back and forth. Saw me doing that. No problemo. Fixed AI hearing sense works. Slow walking or crouching is too quiet to be detected by AI. So... hard to show. I had an example set up when... Those guys... Oh, I have them set up only to be against Dark Elves, I think. Let me double check if I spawn in as... no, the other world, I think. Yeah, the other world. So I'll grab a Dark Elf. They might attack on sight.
You must choose a form.
First I'm going to save the world real quick. Well, I'm already saved. Let's go here. Oh, yeah, they're attacking on sight. Okay, cool. So, what I want to do is escape them, put another world save thing over here that I can use. I can navigate my way over there. Now see, this is the moonlight. In a normal day-night cycle, this will stay up there for minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So you wouldn't feel like the world is dark all the time, just sometimes. There's the place. Okay, now here comes the sun. Here's my budget hotel. Budget motel. Yeah, I'll improve that eventually. So check this out. I'll save it here. Actually, I didn't really need to, because I've lost track of them anyway. They probably returned home. But I saved it just in case, so I can come back here easily if this doesn't work. I don't need skeletons. Act like foes, and Nick Hexon, one who knows about that. Sorry, that's 311 song. Nothing to do with skeletons. But I think I managed to avoid getting any aggro. Oh, there's one. I'll sneak just in case, to be careful. Alright, so. Should be able to... Now, of course, light doesn't... Where are they? Oh, they're probably stuck behind a hill. Yeah, there they are. Because they have items equipped. I really have to fix that. That's going to be a priority. Making them stow and equip items. Because that's important. Like... Okay, so here, he's not aggro. Oh, they heard me because I ran fast. Alright, shit. Get out of here. Get out of sight. Alright, they went back that way. Good. They went back to the normal place. So the other thing I made them do is that they will, like, go to the last place they saw someone when you disappear. So that's why they came up the hill. And then they were like, oh, we lost track. Let's go home. Let me see. This guy's facing that way. Yeah, I should be able to, sneak up behind them here. This is the test. Now, I don't have anything like making this light. It's not registering a sound, nor is it creating any visibility. You'd think like you walk up behind someone with a torch on, they'd notice, but I might have to do something about that. There's no effective light logic in here, but as you see, if I go too fast... No, that wasn't it. Oh, yeah, it was. They heard me. Making a loud noise. Ah! I can also slow walk, I believe, as soon as I start walking normally. See, they're coming up around here to look for me. Ah, they found me. Nice, right? Get him stuck on the trees, that'll make him go home. Yep, lost track. He's looking, he saw me. The other one went home. Nope, they went home. Okay, cool. They don't have very good vision. They're short-sighted. They don't have glasses, what can I tell you? Oh, he's having some difficulties. I have to fix that climbing. Maybe I'll just make it so NPCs can climb without stowing items. But nah, it'd be more realistic if... Oh shit, he saw me. Damn it. I just wanted to demonstrate the slow walking thing a little more. Haha, I hid behind the tree. Yeah. Wait, this guy's still coming at me. What the fuck? Oh shit, beelined. He still knew where I was for some reason. Damn. I don't need that. Yeah, go home. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna do a slow walk. So I see he's just standing there, failing. I could slow walk past him with my crackling torch lantern. And now to demonstrate, I will walk. Oh, maybe he's just broken now. Yeah, I think he's just busted now. Yeah, they just fail eventually from trying too hard. That's a really problem. I think it's from that climbing logic that I pointed out before. I have to make them so they stow their weapons and stuff. Are you alive? No. They're donezo. Fail state, random idle. AI mode, return home. Maybe if I attack him. Fuck it, I'll attack him with the lantern. Oh, it doesn't have any range. It didn't give it stats. Gotta give all the items stats. Here we go, I'll punch him. What the fuck? And yeah, I need to change the sound effects for punching. Alright, I heard him and he didn't even come at me. Alright. Reload this one. Should be good to just run over there and slow walk up again without all that fuss. Nope, no skeleton. No. No skeleton, I don't want you. Go away. Aha, I lost him. Yeah, go home. Okay, okay, so I'm gonna slow walk up to behind him. Oh, I think they got saved down there. Yeah. I'm gonna have to make them. I'm gonna have to fuss a little bit here. Make them aggro on me over here. Like I did last time, and hopefully they'll go home from here once they lose track of me. Oh no, they're gonna attack the skeleton. The skeleton's gonna attack. Oh, I got another skeleton. Alright, forget it. It's like Power Ranger enemies running around in circles, not doing anything. Ow. Oh, I don't think they're working as well as they were before. I was a little confused. Like, oh. Got me. Alright. I leveled up from dying, which is a cool thing. Alright, let's see. Ants and snakes and scorpions all move properly now. They were buggy, so that was a day. This is only July still. Added usable calendars I showed you, properly synced in-game date on the client server. Managed to get client ragdolls to work even when not rendered by the server by changing the mesh's visibility-based anim tick option when dying. So basically, the skeletons won't render if you're not looking at them, but you need some of the rendering to work. For example, anim notifies and the ragdoll data. So I forced it to render when that's happening. So that's a trick. Finally fixed that bug where if you hit change character after dying, you'd correctly return as a ghost. But do it again and you come back as an invincible, not dead character with 0 hit points. That was fun. So basically, dying and respawning technically works now. Like, as far as the basic implementation of it that I've programmed, which is just like return with all your stuff in one place or in another place. But there will be, you know, different options, like lose your stuff when you die, keep your stuff when you die, respawn in town when you die, different stuff. I'm just gonna let my character get killed here. Leaving combat now clears selected actor, so you can tab target, right? So see that? Easy selecting. Out of all those notes, only 7 qualify. Oh yeah, so I completely reorganized my to-do list, July 7th, into categories to make it easier to knock out some stuff and organize bugs versus faraway features. So I've got super easy, basic gameplay features, audio visual, gameplay bugs. I cleared this out completely. I've added a few more that I just like do this real quick. Player options, I want to add a window for that. Server options, major systems to do, minor systems to do, far off systems, major system modifications, minor system modifications, feature packs to add, tools to check out, references, test things. Keep an eye out for these when you're a player, dev notes to myself, and fleshing out things to do. Not actually a top secret plot point down there, by the way, just in case anyone's wondering. Fixed another horse movement animation bug, the moonwalk. Oh yeah. I was doing this thing where, where if you right-clicked after turning in a certain direction, it would start. Well, this is a proper backwards walk, but it no longer slides around. So it did a little bit of a hitch at that moment where it would have. Bugs noted from the last actual playtest. Carpenter doors on clients, items given to clients, NPC mouse over info. So yeah, as a client, you can now properly do the carpenter quest and get your felling log and... Oh yeah, this is a no horsey area. This is for the RPers. You're not allowed to enter the tavern with your horse. This is the #1 request on MMORPG subreddit. You cannot mount up here. No mounting up in my tavern. Alright, improved AI logic to continue roaming after losing sight of target. Yeah, I showed that. Nice smooth last stowed container, refreshing whenever you remove or equip an item. Yep, I've been showing that off. So you see how it's stowing to the back here? If I take it off, it goes right to, well, let's say, get this out. Right hand. Stow it in the right hand. This says right hip because that's the only container available, but it's not big enough. I don't know if I'm... Wee little bugs. Hide show main UI buttons wasn't working after teleporting. So basically I'd be like... Oop, sky elf spawn, and then I could not do... Oh shit. What? Ah, okay, that bug's still there. What's up with that? Oh, there it is. What? Okay, it's definitely still buggy. Something to do with opening the main menu. Alright, put this back on the bug list. Okay. Clean the hell out of the warning log. Yeah, I went from pages of yellow down to 1 or 2 lines of yellow. So actually that's like... This might take a minute for it to load the output logs I've been playing for a while. But, let's see. Max get simulation time step, character movement, max iteration state. Oh, it's still doing that. For lizard man falling and walking. Interesting. Okay. But let's see. Basically, when I do a load game, you can see there's only really one thing. It's doing this can't find file at the start of the maps. I don't really know what that's from, but basically every time I load and save the game, that's the only warning or error I'm really getting. Failed to get voice interface. I was getting tons of random shit in here, so I cleaned the hell out of that. Here's one. Dynamic material instance, the keg. Material index 0 is invalid, and so that's just like weird. I don't know what's up with that. I'll look at that in a bit. Improved swimming up and down, added jumping out of water, and cleaned up climbing out of water on cliffs. So let's check this out. Are we near enough to an ocean? No. Okay, so good old diving. So I'm just demonstrating some of the. It's a little bit of a poppy snap sometimes when I let go of the jump button. Oh, here, jumping while underwater actually does this like cool thrusting physics-based thing now. Thrusting, where it's like a physics force applied in time with the animation. Same with going down. That's my animation. So this is a bit cleaner now. It actually properly looks up and down when you're in water. Of course, combat underwater still works. Oh, and climbing out of water. Climbing out and jumping out. Yeah, let's check that out. Oh, so you can do this dolphin thing because of that physics thing. It's kind of cool, right? Alright, but anyway, coming over, just treading up water. I did a little dive, that was kind of funny. It's just be going to climbing just like that. Basically, I'm climbing out of a water. There's a little bit of a physics hop. That's probably why it thought it was diving, because it was above water. It does a little physics hop to get out of the water. It's fucking dark. Dive. Waiting for. I'm gonna go over here. A little bit more light, I think. Maybe I should just pull out the lantern. If I have one, yeah. Now, of course, this age-old request, it's still there. Lantern goes out. Can't use it when you're underwater. Alright, so. See the little hop? Go further back. Up. And climbing. Climbing out of water. Let's wait for the sun to come up a little bit here. I'll show it again. Here we go. Glorious sunrise. Belly flop. Oh, yeah, and check out the water effects around my character. Some other random splotchies happening there from physics, but basically just see little like bright white edge around. I keep jumping up and back in. There we go. Whatever. Cool, right? Go right up this cliff here. This is very vertical, so I can't really get an edge on it. Try here. It's like pretty much 90 degrees. There we go. Can I even climb on that? Let me test. Oh, if it's so, am I inside? No. Okay. Thought it was like under the landscape for a second. Alright, getting up on top of it. I want to see if it's actually possible to climb. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, you have to be just the right angle. That's why. Getting a little bit clipping into the camera. Oh, it's from the third person camera. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'm just fucking around here. The important part is that you can jump out of cliffs. Jump out of the water onto cliffs. for the most part. Cleaned up stow buttons to refresh, added a faction check for leaving spawning area. I can only have have characters on one faction. Character select menu, 5 character limit per Steam account. Smooth that auto run some more with a recently turned on auto run flag. So if you release forward and sprint before or after using auto run, you should still be running forward no matter what. So basically, if you're like running and you're like, smash fingers, no matter what, like combination, you press sprint forward and auto run at the same time, you'll still be auto running. It's not gonna like turn off running from releasing sprint, like, or from pressing W. Like if I'm auto running and I press W, it stops auto running, right? If I'm auto running and I press shift, it slows me down. I'm auto walking, right? So what I did was basically, if you just recently turned on auto run, neither of those is gonna get fired from releasing W and R. So you could be holding, not WR, sorry, W. Well, if you're holding W and shift, and then press R, and release W and shift, you're still auto-running. But if I were to do that, and press R, let's see, press R, and then wait, like, a few seconds, and then release, see, I stop auto-running. It's like auto-walking now. If I were to press W, it would stop. Yeah, so, little user interface thing. Flavor to text on entering animal/monster spawn area. So you enter a dungeon, you'll be spammed with 5 to 10 flavor text, and you will know it is dangerous. So yeah, that's what happens when you hear the crumbling bones. Run away from the guards here. Oh, they're distracted somewhere. I'll end up giving guards like spells, like you get in. You see the distant clattering of crumbling bones echoes off the hills here. That's the flavor text from entering a spawn area to let you know that you're in the skeleton's home. And yeah, I'll give the guards like magic powers like teleport and stuff like that so they can get home and be defending all the time. It's just like Ultima Online, you know. If you have magic, the highest powered like defenders of the land are going to use it. It's just how it works. They'll be warrior mages. So they won't be as gimped, stuck on walls and stuff all the time. Multiplier to max spawn mobs and their spawn rate in an area based on the players in that area. And as well as like hard cap on mobs in areas. You can't just bring 50 people in there to spawn 500. Merge the 3 types of monsters spawning areas, so no longer have a fish area, skeleton area, and animal area. They're all just one spawning area that I have just checkboxes on so they'll all function the same correctly without any modifying others. Add an extra auto close to the doors and spawn areas so they don't stay open from accidental usage, then auto close when you walk up to them from overlapping. So basically what would happen is you'd open the door when you mean to open the magic mirror. Then you'd go use the magic mirror, and the door is open, and as soon as you walk over to it, it auto-closes from overlap triggering. So I made it so that they just close automatically after a second, too. A couple seconds. Fix torch candlelight being off-centered when someone swapped to the left hand. So I gotta... right hand itself doesn't work. Fix the bug that caused NPC handheld items to appear twice on first load of the game. Fix the glitch with ragdolls when dying to fire, and added a persistent fire effect to the corpse if you die to fire. Let's show that. You guys are all trying to get me. Ta-da! Died to fire. Poor guy. Body's all flailed around, okay. Fix the bug with auto run on horse, much smoother. Adjusted galloping animation to not look slidey, mentioned that. Adjusted horse speed interpolation to fix weird turning on mouse click. Fix the sitting sideways on horses bug, so basically no longer... Wait, can I mount up as a free spirit? No, okay, good. Basically sometimes you'd mount up and be like sideways or upside down on the horse, so I managed to get that to work properly. First person camera on horses is still broken as fuck though. Wow. Sorry. Okay. Add uppercase letters to the filter of vowels, checking for A and N, a red balloon, and unarmed attack, etc. Fix the carpenter quest, not giving access to clients. Lowered the max radius for AI. Return to home behavior. Seemed to be causing massive delays when the home location couldn't be traveled to. So instead of scanning for both continents to return home to, maybe it'll scan to the closest point. Cleared a constantly spamming error warning from fog displacement. Fix some replication issues with having attacks based on anim notifications. Needed to switch on authority and change characters to tick anim pose when not rendered. I mentioned that. Added no violence zones. So, be over here and be in combat mode and run in. The gods prevent any violence in this area. Try to enter combat. The gods prevent any violence in this area. So, nobody's going to come and attack you in here. Put it in, like, the religious areas or whatever, too. Healing zones. Cleaned up some glitches with the fog/stained glass lighting in the spawn area. Updated all trees to have more accurate collision models. The abstract climbable slope wasn't doing it for me. Okay, so I redacted that at some point apparently. Yeah, I can't decide. Accurate collision models on trees or climbable slope. Just neither way. First person camera when dying. Fix some horse running animation awkwardness. Fix player model collisions when ragdolling from fallen horse. So, like, when you fall off the horse, you don't go flying through the continent. See if I can get a good example of that. Basically need to try running up a hill. That looks like steep. There we go. See, body falls down the ground properly. Yikes. Somebody leveled up. I just keep tumbling down the hill. Why not? Okay, time to stop that. I wonder why somebody leveled up. It's really random. I heard the popcorn sound effect. What could have caused that? Who would be fighting over here? That doesn't make any sense. How could that have happened? Maybe I leveled up? How could I have leveled up? I don't... Okay. I heard that sound effect, though. Just need arrow flying projectile effect and adding to corpse inventory. Oh, yeah, the range combat. Yep. More tweaking the combat. Climbing animation. I showed you that. Left-handed combat. Added container-specific logic. Oh, so only... specific type of items can get in specific containers. So you've got quiver, can only accept arrows. Sheaths can only accept the right type of sword. Hey, welcome. 3 people. Gilherm, Morphe, and Lex. Alright. That's what I'm talking about. Where was I? We're doing this, all of it. Okay, adding paintability to the weapon textures. Fixed up the dyeing painting system a bit. Yeah, added... Oh, paintability, okay. Cleaned up wading into and swimming up to tread water. Much better. Added the launch character function to climb out of water. Cleaned up a lot of swimming animations. Added pitch to swimming animations. Hopefully addressed mounted characters appearing upside down. A lot of these were hopeful and then actually got fixed. Fixed a little glitch that made the moon not shine for a few seconds at night. Improved horsey sliding dust effects. Paints you can mix and blend and color freely. Made so you can't dye something with color lighter than it already is. Paints you can, and you can't mix dyes together unless the source dye is darker, and then it'll take more predominant mix of the darker color. So I did some logic with how colors work with logic of mixing paints and dyes. Thanks to my girlfriend. She knows better than I. She was like, you do realize that none of that makes any sense, right? And I was like, no! Going through color names for better starter dyes. Check that you cannot mix dyes with paints. Implemented a paint dye switch. Okay. This is going in reverse chronological order, of course. Fixed auto run lag bug, and happy with climbing. Basically what was happening, I did a whole system where I was adding movement impulse on like a timer, instead of just using like a gate in the function. That's really awkward, like climbing movement. Something happens sometimes. Whoa. Yeah, there's some weird shit going on with that. I think I need to take off the physics blend for that. That's been bothering me. I'm just gonna do it real quick now I think about it. The momentum thing. Climbing. No inertialization standard blend from idle run. What else we got? Strafing. Standard blend. That looks really awkward. Standard blend. Okay, that's all the ones coming into and out of climbing. So that should be better. Inertialization is good for, like, performance and when you want things to look inertialized, but sometimes you want it to be, like, maybe if you were doing a baseball game, you would want that. Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking. I don't have falling damage, obviously. Otherwise that would have killed me. Yeah, you see, this looks a lot better. No more weird flippity-floppity flooping. Another local-ish number calling. I'm gonna check real quick. I love it when they say hello and please don't hang up. I can usually hang up before they say the word hang. Hello and please don't. Climb up this tree because I can. Haha. So yeah, maybe for the smaller trees it works. Maybe it has to be a case-by-case basis. But then again, some are smaller dynamically. Let's see what we got. Can consume arrows from the ground. Started implementing range combat. Added a ranged modifier for tab target selecting so it can be larger than the get item radius. Yeah. Leaving combat now drops selections. Added sound effects for crunchy skeleton hits. Skeleton and green blood types for unarmored attacks. So I have green blood for like orcs and stuff. To complement the dodge and vulnerability. Alright, so I'm going to change the way dodging works anyway. So, yeah. Added keyboard command to toggle the targeting combat options widget. Oh, N? Is that so? Get out of climbing. Oh. I should, put a little thing on that. I didn't remember doing that. It's very convenient. Get set dynamically. N. Well, it's like talents. Talents? I don't know. Hey, Tamix. How you doing, man? off the side. Crap. That's better. Okay. Mean the targeting comment options widget click through and not movable. It's too distracting. So before it would be like you'd grab it and move it instead of panning the camera around just because you clicked on this somewhere. I want to make it so that you use the keypad buttons to select targeting areas and stuff, and maybe some other shortcuts so that you can use all keyboards without having to click on buttons. Made the targeting comment which clicks the hand candle rotation and change the buttons for tilting the profile camera, changing hair color, and then closing and reopening the widget. Actually, I just realized the inspect window controls are backwards. Let me just make a note. Dutch. Go. I pulled a muscle in my back this morning, so I'm kind of like, oof, don't want to be doing this for so long. I've been working on it too much this week. Let's see, we're up to May. I guess I haven't streamed since March, so let's see what else. Changing the hair color and then closing and reopening the widget no longer resets the hair color while keeping the name. Now it keeps the name and hair color unless you've changed races. So that's for the spawn area. It's a little more consistency with the character creation widget. Background origin wasn't getting saved when using the questionnaire. Got that working. Stupid glowing banners. Oh, these guys, if you remember. These were like glowing all stupid. They had the wrong lighting channel set on them. They're good now. Moved the tribe's healing area over to the smoking room and left the area affecting the roof so you can climb on top. So you can sit on the roof and heal too, because why not? So, yeah. This area will heal you, and you can also heal if you're sitting on top, because why not? You feel fresh and rejuvenated, and you no longer feel fresh and rejuvenated when you enter and leave the healing areas. Ta-da! I already had a display title option, it just wasn't set on skeletons, so skeletons no longer have a comma V at the end of their name. Finally fixed humanoid AI ragdolls, so as you noticed, the AI ragdolls have been working very well. I cleaned up a bajillion error warnings, as valid, truths, fixed incoming attacks. Incoming attack text from AI. In one try! Yeah, basically it wasn't showing you the text of the enemy attacking you. Cleaned up tiling on the ocean in long distance. Oh yeah, let's check this out. It's no longer tiling in the distance. I faded out the details. Regardless of the fog that you might see here, you can still see some of the sparkling of the water in the distance. But I managed to make it so that it's not like when the sunlight comes up, I think the fog will roll out a bit. Go over here. Managed to quickly stow. It's just funny, I was able to do that while jumping in midair. I don't know about that. As you see how it would be tiling if it kept going off in this. You can almost see a circle of where it fades out if you look really closely. That might just be the fog, actually. But yeah, you can see like a little bit of tiling here, but it fades out before it gets to... Yeah, there's the fog. The fog dissipates. It's reflections of the clouds back there and the texture of the water. Once it gets to this point, it fades out the detail and it's just a flat plane. It also helps a lot with performance. You don't really see wave details in the distance of the ocean, really. Especially when you're down there. Dirt path sound effects. Hiding submenus when you don't have any recipes, blueprints in them in the building menu. Wow, so much that I've changed. It's been months. I'm getting tired of reading through these. I should do part 2. So, I'm gonna use the hammer. I don't know any plans, so there's no menus here. So, it's easier to find what you're looking for that way. Um, man, okay, you can't use the information panel while using the appearance widget. It's one or the other. So that helps fix the dwarf female hair textures not assigning correctly. Hey, as a start, that's after 2 months. That's it. I guess March 22nd. That's when I stopped. Separated the choices from the results in the character creation. So I took about 1 month off, essentially, and did all that ever since. Yeah. Met a lovely lady at PAX East before the world shut down, and taking care of each other. Hope you all are staying safe. Love your family. All that good stuff. And make good video games. Whoever is still the one person watching, probably my mom. Love you, Mom. Alright, guys. Keep it real. And stuff. I'll just leave this on for a minute. It looks cool. I feel like there was other stuff. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to start adding real story content soon, I swear. Actually, the next thing I'm doing is working on the sheaths for a while, probably a day or two on that. And then I think there's nothing left for me to procrastinate on before I do, like, another origin. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to show. Make a new character.
Welcome to the halls
And I
of
should
creation.
be able to pick one of the serf or peon characters and basically get a free house to start with. And I'll show you how that works.
You
It looks pretty
must
cool.
choose a form.
Like, it's not like a building house. Like, it is technically, but, let's see. Start in the wilds. Settler. Materials and plans for a house. I think that's the one. At least set it up on there. This jitter really bothers me. I really want to figure out. I think it's related to the same jitter with the first-person camera. Alright, so, in my bag here, which I will equip, I have... What? Shit. Wrong origin? I'm gonna try another one.
Welcome to the halls.
It's just I haven't plugged it in on all of them when I probably should have had it plugged in on that one.
You must choose a
You know how it
form.
goes. Plugs and all that stuff. Oh, before I jump out. Okay. Surf, material and plans for a house. Let's try this one. Basically, each origin starts with a different, like, advantage, whether it's, like, you have your first house, or you have, like, weapons, or you have, like, crafting gear. Start with something. What? Maybe I forgot to give the character a hammer. Let's get the hammer. Ah, medieval village, walls, simple house. Costs 10 lumber. Look, I'm supposed to have materials and plans for a house. Where's my lumber? I call mutiny. Now I want to do this, though. I'm gonna get the fucking... Alright, I gotta fix that. Revisit those. I want to show. Let's see. Takes two feet. Obviously, I'm gonna make these not fly all over the place when you hammer them. Eventually. Eventually. Alright. I just want to show the starter house. Oop, why not? Made out of this kind of wood. See how it's accented as dark? Oh, wait. Only the main part of it got dyed. Ah. Huh. Okay, yeah, well, that's a note for audio visual. Putting items with multiple meshes need the color applied to all meshes. Starter house. I know there's a couple others that I do multiple meshes of. Oh, here's my private house. Right. Change character. Let's teleport here. There's the house. Oop. Door's locked. Why is it still saying a signal? There's only one window over here. Sycamore? What? Oh, it's like the color, but not the name of the item. Oh, it doesn't have an item name. That's probably why it's a sycamore colored house. But anyway, the point is I can't click the character in there. Can't attack them. Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna slide down this hill. You could build pillars and stuff underneath it, you know, make it look good. Get on the roof. Haha. Climbed up the roof. You see a little bit of climbing animation there? Haha. Yep. Alright, so. The game is continuing along. It's gonna get there. All the major systems. So basically, the really important things are that I fixed. There's the stacked items, the world saves, the item saves, the interaction system, the quest system sort of was a brief change. So yeah, feeling really good about all that. And that's it for today. I like doing this thing where I don't stream. It makes it easier to get work done. But I felt bad, missed all y'all. So I hope I get some comments on this video, like and subscribe, all that good jazz. And, you know, I'll come back around again, maybe a month or so, and show y'all hopefully some actual story content now that I'm gotten to this point where I feel pretty good about performance and stuff. Yeah, take it easy.